Hi, I'm Caroline from Right Now Residential. This is your London property market update as we move into September 2022. In August, we saw the price of property coming to the market drop for the first time this year. Across the UK, the drop was at about 1.3%. Now, this is actually quite consistent with what happens annually at this time of year, so it's really nothing to be too afraid of. Typically, we do see the August market drop, and say every year for about the last 10 years, that drop has been pretty consistently at 1.3%. Now, why the drop, you'll ask? There's quite a few possible reasons. The first one being, obviously, it's the summertime. So lots of people have now put their searches on a little bit of a hold, and there's a natural lull in someone's search. Don't forget that also for the first time in maybe about 2 years since the pandemic, this is the first time that people can really take the opportunity to go on a proper summer holiday. Secondly, the fact that obviously properties are taking about 150 days to transact once they're under offer means that some really savvy people who are trying to sell their properties are maybe bringing them down at a slightly softer price point to attract a buyer and ensure they get a buyer in time for Christmas. London asking prices are up 5.2% year on year. However, over the last couple of months we've seen very little kind of more regional movement as prices seem to be holding quite steady. However, versus 2019, buyer activity is up by 20%. Increasing interest rates are clearly on the minds of many would-be home movers. Now, one of the things that we're recommending everyone to do is simply to speak with your broker and keep in touch with them at regular intervals. The rates that are available from different lenders are literally moving after maybe even 7 to 9 days on the market, so products are simply not hanging around for long. Also, just be really honest with your agents that you're trying to search with. Tell us very openly what your ceiling is, that we can honestly work with you and try and find a property that will meet your requirements. Increasing house prices over the last 20 years have outstripped general inflation and also salaries. It is a very hard task to get yourself onto the property ladder. Given that we don't have a crystal ball, it could be really tempting right now to hold back your search in the hope that prices are going to drop or maybe even crash altogether. The reality is though that over the last 20 years, only 31 months have actually seen properties drop in value. Therefore, we think your household income is going to be pretty stable over the next 2 to 3 years. My recommendation is that you just do your research. Really try and find a property that actually meets your demands and make sure that you recruit a good broker who can basically help you with your finances. Now more than ever, it's so important to secure your sale. We are so proud to be the agent with the lowest fall-through rate in the area. Our Law Society approved reservation agreement secure the reservation between the buyer and the seller, making sure that your transaction will always go through to completion. Contact us to find out more. For all of your property needs, whether it's buying, selling, renting or property management, get in touch with Right Now Residential.